Partial hookup, is that like getting to third base? Hey, I'm Tom.
And I'm Cherie.
And this is EnjoyTheJourney.Life. Our channel is all about RV living full-time right now. Not waiting 5-10 years down the road, but how can you do it right now? And we have a fun topic today, right?
That's right. We thought it'd be really fun to do a video on RV speak, or popular RV terms that I had to learn in the past less than a year of RVing with Tom.
Yeah, so this is how to speak RV.
Plus, we have a follow-up from the last question that we asked on our last video. Does Tom look like Lord Farquaad? And the results were overwhelming, and we will talk about that at the end of this video, so stay tuned.
And that was in Can You RV for Less Than $1,000 a Month, and we will link to that up there.
So the first term that we want to talk about is boondocking, or AKA dry camping. So a lot of people are kind of funny about this word, although it's not in the dictionary. It's not really an official word. It is a very popular RVing word. And some people get a little weird about it because we say we boondocked at Walmart or Cracker Barrel, you know, along the way to a campsite. And we've had people say, no, that's not really boondocking. Well, the Urban Dictionary says it is, so I think it's just a loose term, and we use them both interchangeably, and I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah, there's some dictionary police out there. You know who you are that like to correct us on terms.
Yeah.
And so
there is no official.
I think you're splitting hairs.
Definitely.
Boondocking is basically camping, right? Without hookups.
Without hookups, water, electricity.
And whether you can be out in the wild Walmart parking lot or out in the
wild desert, the wild forest, it doesn't matter. But yes, that's boondocking or dry camping.
Yeah, or wild camping.
Or wild camping.
It's been called. So,
yes.
So that's like a big term for RVers. So if you're a newbie, you gotta learn that one. So our next term is the black tank. The dreaded black tank. The black tank is something you're gonna have to deal with if you RV full-time, or even if you're just going out for a quick weekend camping trip. So the black tank is everything that is flushed down your toilet, and that gets collected. It doesn't go into a sewer system unless you are actually connected with your hose on the outside of your RV into a sewage connection in RV park or whatever. A lot of times you have to go to a dump station, and that's going to be a term coming up a little bit.
Dump station.
Squirrel.
Oh, squirrel, a real squirrel. A distraction. So yes, let's go ahead and cover dump station. That's where they have like a little place in an RV park when they don't have full hookups, where you can go and drive by this area and connect to it and dump your black tank.
Yeah, and also the gray tank.
And the gray tank.
Too, because we actually have two gray tanks. I guess some of the larger RVs will have two of them. Our tanks are 40 gallons each, and that may vary with the size of your RV. And that gray water is not quite so nasty like the black tank.
No, it's more
water.
like what you wash your dishes in, when you take a shower, when you wash your hands in a sink. That's the gray water. And
you actually will dump that after the black tank to help wash the black water out with the gray water and leave your sewer hose just a little bit more cleaner than it would have been before.
Yeah. So should we talk about the Blue Boy, aka Honey Wagon?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think we should move into that since
Yeah,
it's kind of the same topic.
Or a tote.
A tote, a blue tote.
And I did get my first opportunity to use one of those recently after 4 years, basically a full-time RV living. I finally had to use one. Using a blue tote also is not that fun because it gets quite heavy. You're hauling that thing around the RV park. It's, you know, we'll pop up a picture of it so you get an idea of what that is.
I've got a little video I'm going to include in this one.
Oh, awesome. So the black tank tote would not be my choice for emptying the black tank. It's definitely more work than having a regular dump station because, you know, this kind of getting this to flow uphill here is kind of a problem. So a lot more handling the hose, but you know, at least we don't have to move, which would be a real big pain to go up to the dump station here and come back. That would be potentially hours of time. So thankful to have the tote, although not super awesome.
Another word that's really common in RV world is slides. So some RVs have what's called slides or slide outs. So when the RV is prepped and ready for a move to be on the road, these slides come in. There are different compartments like our dinette, our couch area, our TV, refrigerator, and our bed are all in slides.
Really
so
expands our living area.
It really does. It gives you a whole lot more space.
And not every RV has slides. Like a lot of Airstreams, I don't believe any Airstreams
I don't think they have slides. So let's talk about the weekend warriors, or what we call the weekend warriors. So we're full-time RVers, so we stay at a campsite. We generally stay about a month. So it's funny because during the whole week, we sometimes have the campground to ourselves, which is really nice. But then come Friday, guess what happens?
They come racing in and try to pack a lot of fun into a couple of days.
A short period of time and then race. They have to be out like mid-Sunday. So they're racing to get ready on Sunday. They spend all day Sunday getting ready to leave. I feel bad for them. Yeah,
and they can be kind of loud sometimes and stay up late, drink a lot, make some noise.
Because it's a big party for them, where it's not a party for us every day.
And there's nothing wrong with weekend warriors. Some of you are probably weekend warriors right now, just hoping to get to full-time RV living down the road.
And keep doing it.
Which is awesome. Weekend warrior, that is a term you need to know. The next term is a fifth wheel, also known as a fiver. And that's basically where you've got a truck with a fifth wheel hitch, and it's kind of mounted in the center of the pickup truck bed. And it's actually safer to haul than a typical trailer that you would pull behind a regular hitch.
Because that one will have more of a sway.
Yeah,
the trailer.
So whether you have a regular travel trailer or a fifth wheel, it's going to go on a hitch. The fifth wheel hitch is a lot bigger, and I think essentially it's safer to tow with. And you can tow a bigger trailer like ours. Ours is a beast.
It's a beast.
It's 40 feet and very heavy and requires a fifth wheel.
And we tow it with what the next term is a dually, or a 1-ton dually. Now this isn't necessarily an RV exclusive word. A lot of people that don't have RVs may have a dually, but we have a 1-ton dually that pulls the RV because it has more power.
Yeah, and actually it's got 2 sets of tires on the back, big axle, so it's got 4 rear tires, hence the dually, and that can support a lot more weight. And it's generally a safer way to travel. We see a lot of people going with the single wheel trucks out there. Might still be a 1-ton or 3/4 ton. And I know some of you, you're pulling too big of a trailer with that 3/4 ton truck. But
if it works for you, that's great.
And I did that before too, but definitely upgraded to the dually. And so that's a term if you're getting a big RV, swat the mosquitoes away.
Yes, the mosquitoes are terrible out here.
Even with bug spray.
And as a protective measure, a reinforcement measure of safety, connecting the dually to the fifth wheel hitch is what they call an brake.
Yeah, this is a little cord that is connected to the fifth wheel hitch from your RV, and it has a little pin, and we'll show a picture of that. And so if something happens with your hitch, you know, the RV somehow starts to separate or get disconnected, that pin will pop out, and it really is an oh moment, because what will happen is that pin comes out, it will lock the brakes on the RV no matter what speed you're going, and your RV is going to stop and probably stop you with it. So it is a protective measure, but we really hope you never have to use the brake. That is definitely something you should be aware of, and always connect when you're hooking up your fifth wheel. Believe it or not, there is a basement in a lot of RVs.
Which sounds kind of funny, but it is just a big storage area underneath the RV. And ours happens to go from one side to the other. It has a lot of space.
Yeah, it really does. Depending on the kind of RV you have, you may or may not have a basement, or it could be in a different location. The next term is called chocks. Not like the chalk that you would write on your teacher would write on the board in school. Not a chalk like that. It is a wheel chalk, and it's these little tiny things, and there's different styles of them. They just go underneath the tires when you're setting up your RV, and make sure your RV doesn't roll away after you disconnect your truck or vehicle.
That wouldn't be good.
And that is a safety thing. And if you look at my chocks, I ran over one
of them.
So it's a little squished, which is an easy thing to do. So you have to have a checklist to make sure you don't
try to drive off with the chalk still in place.
A couple more terms we want to talk about is full hookups or partial hookups. And when people think of the word hookup, we're not talking about like a really great date or something like that. This is actually what you're going to connect to your RV. It could be water, it could be sewer, and it could be electricity. If you get all three of those, that is the technical definition
of full hookup.
Of a full hookup or a really great date.
What's a partial hookup?
Partial hookup, is that like getting to third base? A partial hookup could be just electricity by itself, or just water, or something where you don't have all three.
Any combination of them, but it's not all three.
Yes.
So one thing Tom kept talking about is a toy hauler. I'm like, what is a toy hauler? I don't understand. It hauls toys?
Like a wagon or something that I pull around?
Like a trailer that you pull toys in. I didn't know what it was. So he pointed one out to me. It looks, you can barely tell the difference between a regular RV and a toy hauler, but when you know the details of it, then you can pick them out pretty easily, because there's no windows on the back. It's actually, the back side of the RV is this extra space to haul grown-up toys.
Yeah, your motorcycle, ATVs, four-wheeler,
jet skis.
Yeah, whatever you consider a toy, take out and adventure with.
So it's extra storage space for your big toys. And some people use it for an office or a bunk room. They're used for different things, but that's a toy hauler.
And they're also a fifth wheel. They use a fifth wheel hitch. They're big, generally very big,
really big,
to accommodate that storage plus all the living space capacity. And we've been talking about a toy hauler just because
we need more office space.
We need an office really to work, and all that space back there, we don't have those kind of toys. We have kayaks, and a bike, your bike. Yeah. But that would make a great office.
Yeah. So since I was on Urban Dictionary looking up a couple of these terms, I decided to look up RV just for the fun of it. And one of the definitions said road virus. Why? Because since they're like everywhere in the freaking summer.
That is so true. They are everywhere when you go around here. Well, we're in Montana right now, and they are everywhere. I think it's every other vehicle.
Yeah.
And if you're not an RVer, you probably don't appreciate seeing so many RVs on the road.
Or getting behind one on the road.
Yeah, because
they're slow.
Yeah.
We know that.
We're kind of slow. And if you're driving like 70 or 75 with a big RV, you need to slow down because that's dangerous. And if you have a favorite RV term, certainly add that in the notes. Or if you have a funny definition, definitely for some of the things we've mentioned, add that in the comments as well.
Yes, and we have the results of Does Tom Look Like Lord Farquaad? And the overwhelming response was a resounding yes. Some people didn't see it, but it was a huge response. Thank you for responding. That was a lot of fun. We had so many laughs about this. Not only that, but we had more laughs about other characters or people that he was compared to.
Yeah, I'll just mention a couple other ones. Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, he's heard that one before.
Yeah, I've heard that before. That's not new.
He may have a light pack on, a flight pack or whatever, the next time we do a video.
To infinity and beyond. So we also had a couple, Woody also from Toy Story.
Woody from Toy Story.
Which, you know, Buzz and Woody were buddies.
Right?
So I don't know how I could look like both.
And then Joe, the guy
from Family Guy.
From Family Guy. I looked him up and yeah, that was a good one. Nice.
John from Garfield.
John from, we didn't see that one, but a couple people said that.
Ferris Bueller. And Lieutenant Dan. And I'm assuming that's from Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I don't see it, but maybe some people do. I guess video is kind of hard to see like the full face.
I think like the one that really like, no, definitely not. The older Martin Sheen.
Well, they said Martin Sheen. I don't think they meant the older version.
Well,
couldn't have been the older version. Look at Google that.
Also, I'm trying to remember a character on Game of Thrones. I'm trying to remember his name. But
oh, maybe somebody will help us out with that.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun with that. Was there any more?
Yeah, well, I just want to mention kind of our funny comments of the week.
Okay.
And we've gotten so many great comments. We thought this one was really funny from Cal. It's RVing full time? Sure, I'll give it a try. I mean, what the Shrek?
What the Shrek?
So,
that was good.
That was a good one.
Clever.
But we've got a lot of great commenters on there, so check out the comments because you guys are awesome and we
appreciate it. And we've been having the best time reading the comments and getting to know you guys. So with that, I think we'll finish here because I'm ready to go whitewater rafting. It's gonna be my first time. Are we ready?
Yeah, and stick around because we're gonna have our question for this video at the end, so you're going to want to know what that is. Hey, I think we better get to the rafts, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Get changed and get on the water. It's been a hot day.
Yeah. The water looks awesome back there.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't it? In the mountains. It's going to be great. We are so excited. We're on the Stillwater River. Yep, it runs right into the Yellowstone right up river, but we're not going to go that far. They said that we're going to be going on the Beartooth Falls, and it looks pretty steep, so I'm a little bit worried. I've never done this before.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So here we go. This is Adventure Whitewater, and they seem super friendly and helpful.
Yeah, in
Absaroka, yep.
Montana.
Yep, so I'm gonna go get changed and throw my hair up and let's do this.
Wow, what a fun day.
Such a fun day. I can't wait to go again.
Yeah, CHERI'S first whitewater adventure.
Yes.
And what happened?
I ended up on the floor of the boat twice. Not once, but twice. The water just knocked me over and I was on my back on the ground.
At least you stayed in the boat.
Yeah, much rather be in the boat than out of the boat.
And all of us did, actually. Nobody went overboard. I think I finally started to dry out. And that was my second time going, so...
Well, I think I was the
fun.
only one that was soaking wet. Why is that?
So what you making?
Oh, well, I always keep quinoa frozen in the freezer. So when we are starving and we come back from our adventure days, I can throw together one of our favorite meals. Sweet potato, quinoa, the quinoa's in there, sweet potatoes, red bell peppers. I've got corn, spiced chickpeas, banana peppers, avocado, cilantro, some fresh jalapeno. It's gonna be good.
Yum.
Yeah.
I always look forward to these bowls. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Check out the links below for some of our favorite RV resources. We really appreciate it when you use our links.
Yeah.
Plus, sign up for the newsletter that's down there and you'll get advance notice of when we're releasing a video and stuff like that. And speaking of videos, we're going to be going live as well. And by subscribing and ringing that bell, you'll get a notification when we go live. So definitely do that. Give the video a thumbs up. We appreciate that. And again, your comments as well. And
didn't we have a question?
yes, the question for this week is, we want to know where you're from. What city, state, country, however you want to describe where you're from. Because we have so many great subscribers out there just like you. And we want to know what part of this amazing world are you from. Be sure to put that in the comments down there, as well as your comments on the video in general. So share this video with your friends, and I think it's time to eat.
I think it's time to eat.
All right, so long guys. Thanks
Bye.
again.